Hello, how you doing? This is Tyrone Benton, and you've reached Fourth Watch Podcast. Today's topic is treasures in heaven. And you might ask me, what do you mean by treasures in heaven? Well, the Bible actually tells us that we can store up treasures in heaven. It's actually taken from Matthew 6:19 to 21. So, and it basically says that you should store up treasures in heaven where thieves or rust or moth can't get to. And so it's a secure account, truly secured account. So, like I said, it was funny. How do you go about that? The best way to go about it is you make deposits on earth with your just living style, and you make deposits on earth that are recorded in heaven. And I would you might want to ask yourself, how do you go about doing that? Well, just like a earthly bank account, you have to make deposits. And what I mean by making deposits is you ask the Holy Spirit to show you people you can invest in. Where, let's say, since we talk in deposits, let's talk about a monetary gift, you might want to consider asking the Lord, who can you give a monetary gift to? Um, and as you make that deposit into a person, miraculously, there's a deposit that is made into your heavenly bank account that you can withdraw on. I know that recently the Lord reminded me we had some unexpected bill, and the Lord reminded me, Tyrone, why don't you make a withdrawal from your heavenly account? And I'm like, oh, wow, I forgot that account existed. So basically, he reminded me that you have this account. And I said, okay, Lord, I officially withdraw resources from my heavenly account. And so I expect the unexpected bill that we receive my wife and I expect that that bill will be paid. And simply as that, I've made deposits in the past, and now I'm making a withdrawal from my heavenly account. Yeah, this is true. This is not a fantasy. And my faith is in, first of all, Jesus Christ, but my faith is in that heavenly bank account. And then it clearly says in the scriptures that where your treasures are, your heart will be also, you know? So that's exactly where I want my treasures to be, in heaven. Then I can tap into that heavenly bank account. Pretty good deal, in my opinion. Again, this is the Fourth Watch Podcast. And like I said, this is how the Lord wants us to function. He wants us to put our affections in heaven and not on things of the earth. Put our affections on eternal things, things that will last forever, and not just the temporal things. So that's a brief word to you today. Treasures in heaven. Store up treasures in heaven. And you can withdraw these treasures from heaven or when you need them. And then it'll be nice to have them in that bank account when we arrive in heaven. Well, like I said, just a quick note to bless you. I know it blessed me. You guys have a really good night, evening, morning, whenever you view this. Ta ta for now. Have a good one.